number 4 in the National Football League, and currently I am an unimpressive 22-26. It could be worse. 5-11 this past week. It could be a lot worse. I don't want it to ever get that worse ever again, though. Okay, we're going to start off with a good one. This is actually a good matchup here. The only unbeaten team in the AFC is the Miami Dolphins. Let me repeat that for those of you just getting the podcast. The only undefeated team in the AFC is the Miami Dolphins, okay? I guess they're trying to be like the 72 Dolphins from 50 years ago. Well, they're undefeated right now. 3-0 at the reigning, defending, undisputed AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals, who are going to wear their white helmets tonight. White is all right for them tonight, who are 1-2. The champs are 1-2. The Dolphins are 3-0. 8:15 on Prime Video. That's the kickoff tonight in Cincinnati, Ohio. Currently, right now, the Bengals are a 3.5-point favorite, but I'm going to take the Dolphins in this one. Tua in prime time, I think, is going to show me something, and the Dolphins' defense is going to smother Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. Next, we have a game in London. They're going to start that ill-fated, ill-advised London trip between the 2-1 Minnesota Vikings at the 1-2 New Orleans Saints. The Saints are the host team, and that will be in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. 9:30 a.m. on NFL Network. I'm pretty sure you can get it, though, on NFL Plus. And right now, the Vikings are a 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to take the Vikings here by at least a touchdown. The Saints are kind of up and down. They're iffy. 1 week they're up, next week they're down. They got obliterated against Carolina, which I was not expecting. But I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings in this one. See, when Kirk Cousins isn't in primetime, he's good. When he's primetime Kirk, he's no good. It's not a good record. I think he's 0-9 in primetime games, or at least 0-9 in Monday Night Football games. But no, I think it's 0-9 in primetime games, I'm pretty sure. They're not in primetime. In London, I guess they'd be primetime, right? If it's 9:30 here on the East Coast of America, it's close to 6, right? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. I haven't really done the math. England's a few hours ahead, I know that. 9:30. NFL Network, London, Vikings, Saints, I'll take the Vikes. Okay, next, we have the Cleveland Browns at the Atlanta Falcons. That's 1 p.m. on CBS. Myles Garrett, not sure if he's going to play this game. He got into a vehicle accident and suffered minor injuries. 2-1 is Cleveland. They're in first place in the AFC's Norris division. Or at least aren't they tied? They might be tied. 1-2, 2-1. Tied. They're tied. Okay. Although Baltimore, I think, gets because they're alphabetical. Yeah. Atlanta got their first win of the year at the Seattle Seahawks last week. And right now, Cleveland is a 1.5-point favorite. They've got to be at least 2 touchdowns ahead of the Falcons here. I do not want this to be a repeat of the 1995 World Series where Atlanta beat Cleveland. I want Cleveland to beat Atlanta, at least in football this time. Well, since the Guardians and the Braves are in the postseason as well, if they meet in the World Series, I would love to get revenge there. See, if Cleveland beats Atlanta in this year's World Series or any other World Series, I will no longer hate the Braves, okay? There are 4 teams I don't root for in baseball. The Yankees, the Red Sox, the Braves, and the Dodgers. Hatred for those 4 teams. Hatred, Jerry. Back to football. I've got the Browns in this one. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys at 2-1, hosting the Washington Commanders, who are at 1-2. Right now, a 3.5-point favorite for Dallas, and that's a 1 p.m. game on Fox. And I'm going to take the Cowboys by at least 2 touchdowns in this one. I think Washington will make it interesting all the way until like the middle of the fourth quarter, and then I think Cooper Rush, Ezekiel Elliott, and company are going to run away and put the game out of reach for the Cowboys. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks at 1-2 at the 1-2 Detroit Lions. That game is 1 p.m. on Fox. Right now, the Lions are a 6.5-point favorite. I will take the Lions by 2 touchdowns. I just think the Lions, again, I'm buying into Dan Campbell's system. I really think they're going to do something this year, which is either playoffs or at least 7 to 8 wins and not be known as the awful, horrible, no good Detroit Lions. Horrible, awful, no good, terrible Detroit Lions. No. Seahawks right now are kind of terrible. I'm going to take the Lions in this one. Next, we have Tennessee at 1-2 at the 1-1 Indianapolis Colts. And that's a 1 p.m. game on Fox. Right now, the Colts are favored by 3.5 points. I will take that 3.5 points. The Titans, they let a good one slip away. They beat the Raiders. The Raiders let a good thing slip away and got their first win of the year. The Tennessee Titans did. I think the Colts, though, maybe they just needed to snap out of this little funk that they were in. They upset the Kansas City Chiefs last week at Indy, and now they're hosting an AFC South foe in the Tennessee Titans. I will take the Colts in this one. Next, we have the Chicago Bears at the New York Football Giants, 1 p.m. Right now, Giants are a 3.5-point favorite, and they play close games, although it kind of ran away from them in the fourth quarter against the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Daniel Jones doesn't seem to rise to the occasion in prime time. This isn't prime time, though, even though every game is considered prime time. Prime time when it comes to the only game of that night. That's considered prime time, is it not? I'm going to take the Giants in this one, and I will take the 3.5-point favorite, 3.5 points there. I think it'll be a close game. Justin Fields could run for a couple of touchdowns for the Chicago Bears. They are 2-1, though. But are the Giants as well. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at 2-1 at the Philadelphia Eagles, the only undefeated team in the NFC. We're down to two undefeateds, the Eagles and the Dolphins. And this is Doug Peterson's return home as head coach now of the Jacksonville Jaguars, since being fired unceremoniously as he clashed with Philadelphia Eagles management despite winning a Super Bowl with the team back in February of 2018. Remember the Philly special? I certainly do. It's something I'll certainly never forget when they won that Super Bowl in Minnesota over the Patriots. I liked it. It's like I kissed a girl and I liked it. Well, I liked it when Philadelphia beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Anyway, Doug Peterson's return home. You got to think the Philly faithful are going to be good about this. I don't think they're going to boo him, although they might, because Nick Sirianni is the hottest coaching commodity going right now in Philadelphia. If you look at all the coaches, Doc Rivers for the Sixers, he's not really looked upon as much. I mean, he gets respect, but he probably gets booed too because the Sixers are supposed to trust the process. Let's see. Philadelphia, right now, a 6.5-point favorite. I'll take the points on this. I think it'll be a close game. Trevor Lawrence is really getting into a comfort zone. You're seeing that this arm that he's got is just incredible. He had it in Clemson, and the fear in the NFL was he too beanstalk, stringy kind of body. It's worked for him so far. Now, he had that terrible season last year, his rookie season. He had never really had a losing season as in anything. It's one of those kind of moments where you humble yourself. And I think it'll be competitive. Ultimately, though, I think Philadelphia will stay undefeated. That's 1 p.m. on CBS. That's the Eagles and the Jaguars. That's going to be a good game. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS, we have the New York Football Jets at 1-2 at the Pittsburgh Steelers, also at 1-2. And Zach Wilson is back. He will start for the Jets. And I don't think it will matter. I think the Steelers, who are 3.5-point favorites, I think will win by a touchdown here over the Jets. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills at 2-1, who got the loss to the Miami Dolphins in Miami, at the Baltimore Ravens, who got a big win over the Patriots. They're 2-1 as well. 1 p.m. game on CBS, a 3.5-point favorite are the Bills. I'm going to take this one by 6 to 8 points. I think Lamar Jackson will have a big game. Ultimately, though, I think Buffalo is going to win this. They're going to go into Baltimore, and they're going to win. Just barely. It's going to be that kind of competitive game that you saw between Tampa Bay and Green Bay this past Sunday. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers, who are at 1-2, at the winless Houston Texans, who are 0-2-1 right now. That's a 1 p.m. game on CBS, by the way. 5.5-point favorites are L.A. They're going to be out without Joey Bosa for a while because he tore his groin, is going to have had surgery on it. He's not put on season-ending IR. He's going to be out for a while, though. Oh, man, L.A. is just, they're such a snake-bitten franchise. I don't think they're this bad, though. I think they're going to beat the Texans. 5.5-point favorites are L.A. I'm going to take them by 10 points. Next, we have the 1-2 Arizona Cardinals at the 1-2 Carolina Panthers. That's 4:05 on CBS. Right now, Carolina is a 2.5-point favorite. I'll take the Cardinals in this one. I think they're going to squeak by the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers just seem to win by the hair of their chinny chin. And I think they either win or lose by the hair of their chinny chin. They don't seem to get routed or blown out, it looks like. I'll take the Cardinals, though. I think Kyler Murray will sneak one into the end zone with some time remaining. Next, we have a Super Bowl 31 rematch that I thoroughly enjoyed back in January of 1997. The Green Bay Packers hosting the New England Patriots. Right now, Green Bay at 2-1, New England at 1-2. This is a 4:25 kickoff from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. 10.5-point favorites are the Packers. I'm going to take the points. Mac Jones is going to be out for a while with an ankle injury, so now Brian Hoyer comes in. Although if Hoyer struggles, you got to think the Patriots are going to start calling some quarterbacks on speed dial to try to get someone in. I don't think this game's going to be even remotely close. The Pats are going to get routed. The Pack will prevail. Pack, pack, pack. Go, Pack, go. I think you know who my favorite football team is now that I've just let that cat out of the bag. Next, we have the 2-1 Denver Broncos, who got an 11-10 win, a baseball score win, on Sunday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers at the Las Vegas Raiders, who are winless, 0-3-0. Broncos are 2-1. 4:25 kickoff on CBS. Right now, the Raiders are a 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to take the Raiders to win this one. I think they're going to win by at least a touchdown, and I think they're going to finally get off the schneid and get the win against the Denver Broncos, a team they hate. They're a rival, and I will take the Raiders to get their first win of the 2022 NFL campaign. Next, how about this? A Super Bowl 55 rematch, Brady versus Mahomes. Money, money, money. Straight cash, homie. This one I don't think will disappoint. Tampa Bay 2-1-0, Kansas City 2-1-0. Now remember, in the 2020 NFL season, Kansas City went into Tampa Bay in the regular season and barely won. And then the Super Bowl happened to happen in Tampa against Kansas City, and it was a different story. And Tom Brady continued his reign as the greatest of all time, this time as a member of the Tampa Bay Bucks in his first year. This is arguably his last year in Tampa Bay, and he wants to go out on a high note. Well, right now, Kansas City's 2.5-point favorites. This game currently is scheduled for 8:20 p.m. on NBC. It could be moved to Minnesota, all depending on Hurricane Ian in the Tampa area, which got hit pretty hard. Not as much as Fort Myers and Punta Gorda and also Naples. Tampa, though, I did see Bradenton got hit as well. My heart goes to all of those affected by the hurricane in Florida, by the way. And this was a whopper. This was a big one. And I know a lot of people that live in that area that have family there, and my heart certainly goes out to them. I hope I'm sending love and positivity to those affected by the Hurricane Ian in Florida. And Bucks and Chiefs. I'm going to take Kansas City, 2.5-point favorites. Yes, I think it's going to be by 3 to 6 points, this game. It's going to be a close one. Whether they play it in Tampa or they play it in Minnesota, because Minnesota is in London playing the Saints in 9:30 a.m. That's why they have a chance to move it to Minnesota. And then Monday Night Football, we have an NFC West matchup between the 2-1 Los Angeles Rams, the reigning defending undisputed Super Bowl champion, at the 1-2 San Francisco 49ers. That's at 8:15 p.m. on ESPN. The Rams right now, the Niners are a 2.5-point favorite. I'm going to take the LA Rams in this one. I am going to take LA to win by at least 10 points. Okay, recap for week number 4 in the NFL. I've got Miami beating the Bengals tonight. I've got Minnesota over New Orleans and London. I've got Cleveland over Atlanta, Dallas over Washington, Detroit over Seattle, Indy over Tennessee, the Giants over the Chicago Bears, Philadelphia over Jacksonville, Pittsburgh over the Jets, Buffalo, the Bills over the Ravens, the LA Chargers over Houston, Arizona over Carolina, Green Bay over New England, Las Vegas over Denver, Kansas City over Tampa Bay, and the Los Angeles Rams over the San Francisco 49ers. All right. It all starts tonight in Cincinnati, the Queen City, where the reigning defending undisputed AFC champ Bengals will host the undefeated Miami Dolphins tonight at 8:15 p.m. on Prime Video. All right, that's it for J-Dawg's Fearless Football Picks for Week 4. I'll have a recap on Tuesday. I got J-Dawg's Short Shorts tomorrow on my YouTube page. It will deal with National Chewing Gum Day. That will end the month of September. I'll have a haircut come October. Don't worry. The next time you see me doing J-Dawg's Fearless Football Picks, I won't have this kind of hair. All right. Harem, scarum. October's coming, but we still got to get through September. All right. I'll see you. Enjoy week number 4 of the National Football League. I'll see you.